No! No!
Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Swedish Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank, the Draugen Lansen C. Now obviously this is a premium tank you've seen a hell of a lot before, because it's one of the best Tier 8 Premium Medium tanks in the game, and it's an absolute beast. It really is. I absolutely love this tank. It's so much fun to play. It's one of those that you just sort of take out when you just want to have a bit of fun with the Hesh. And yeah, it's one that I've not actually really played that much recently. Well, to be fair, I've not really played it that much since I've 3-marked it. I've tended to play like a lot of other tanks, but it's one that I do go back to every now and then, and it can be so much fun. I mean, the Hesh is pure memes. As you see in this, we've got 64 rounds of Hesh in. We've got one APCR for that moment that we might just need to pen something, because you never know. You might be on for a big game, right? You might be on a Devastator, and you're coming against a VK101P who's on like 300 health, and you're not going to guaranteed pen the VK101P with the Hesh, and you just want to kill it to kill that Radley Walters, so you decide, oh, I'm just going to load a PCR and kill it, you know? But we've got the Hesh because we love the Hesh meme. The meme on the Hesh is great because you pen people for quite a lot. So as you see there, we definitely pen that guy because the enemy damage was plus 30. So because the XP we got from that was quite high, we kind of know we guaranteed pen that mill too, and you see there he's got a lot less health. We didn't pen him when he was on the cross, but it's what happens. So we've taken an aggressive position here on Fisherman's Bay, and this is a standard battle version of the map that I think they took out with the last mini patch. But this position, in case they ever bring it back, this position I took was very aggressive, and it's not always guaranteed to work, and that's because I may be sitting in the bushes, right, but a lot can cross and get into those bushes over there. So you see there's a QL just sitting in those bushes there. He could have quite easily shot me when I got spotted up. But the position we've now taken is one that is always a good place to go if your team wins the one line, say, and it's normal spawns. If you can push to this ridge here, you can get hull down and you can spot anything that's camping along this area where you're sat. Now, you can get countered by things that sit at A7, 8, 9 in the bushes, and that can be a pain in the ass, but that's just the risk you've got to take. And by doing this, you can push up a lot of assisted by doing it. And obviously, the Draugen is a very active tank. It's not one that you want to be passive in. It wants to be active. It wants to get going in front of the enemy team. It wants to keep just popping up on ridge lines, popping a shot and pulling back, trying not to take a hit. Because it does have good camo, but the way the gun is, you want to be keeping the gun in the game, keeping firing, because you're a very effective gun. Obviously, with 236 or 37 APCR pen, that's really good. So if you run the APCR, you can pen a lot that you come against. And if you run the Hesh, well, you got 480 damage on 210 Hesh, which is utterly fantastic. Artillery still happens, though. That's a big hit, and we set on fire there. But luckily, we've got firefighting, so it puts it out quickly. And yeah, that's what, 3/4 of my health gone in one hit without a pen. Lovely, thank you, artillery. So we're just going to move up now to see if we can get shots. We see this WZ1 level 14. I actually think that guy's AFK, and I'm just trying to feather a shot at the top of his turret because he looks like he's stock, which means I could possibly pen the roof, but we're firing Hesh, so we're not actually going to overmatch that roof, unfortunately. But we did do 200 damage because we did actually aim at the weakest part of the turret, so we got quite a bit more damage off of the splash. We got a nice pen into that Leopard as he crossed, and now this Legion has made mistakes, so we're just going to try to finish him off, but unfortunately the gun missed, and you can see me stopping there. I'm like, what? What, really? Did you have to miss? Okay. So now we've got the side of this VK721K. We get a nice shot into the side of him with the Hesh and get a juicy nice right. It's always good when you're hitting tier 10 heavies for that much, right? And we were detected, so when we poked out again, they could have quite easily killed us, which would have been bad, because like the VK's got 750 alpha, so we're only on 432 health. We're in sort of a dodgy place. But then we spot the arty up. T92 is in the most random position ever. We get a nice shell into him. Unfortunately, don't finish him off. We're going to see if we can shut him down now. He's sort of floundering, which means we get the finish. And we're just going to try and use this building on our right to keep us covered from the guys, well, where that VK is, that we know where they are, because they'll say they could kill us. We're just hopefully going to get unspotted and then be able to get some more shots. So we see the Maustian. We don't need to really pen. We just need to hit the right spot with the Hesh just to splash it to death, and that's what we did. We finished it because it only had 40 health. And now we're going to move in. I really want this to pen and kill. Unfortunately, we don't kill on the... We only leave the M53, 55 on 1 health. 1 HP. We've got 480 alpha, but we leave it on 1 HP. And we're like, please, 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 Pascucci's! Pascucci's! And there we go. We got the Pascucci's medal. We did the Lord's work. We got the medal to tell everyone that we did the Lord's work and we did our duty for king and country. Yes! So we've got rid of the artillery. There's only 1 tank left. It's a TD that's in the town. Likelihood of us getting any damage on this guy? Highly unlikely. He's been wrecked from everywhere. And he dies. But that's a really nice game for the Draugen in a pretty horrible matchup, really. I mean, it was pretty tier 10. And we ended up with 4 kills, 3.8k damage, 2.3k assist, ace tanker, Pascucci's medal. And I was on the grind for the 3rd mark. We've already seen the 3rd mark, but this is like one of the games I had on the grind beforehand. And we got 2k base, 4 kills. Yeah, generally a nice game. In what is an absolutely fantastic tank. And it's one that, I say it's one that everyone should have. It's one that everyone pretty much does have because everyone earned it for free around Christmas, I want to believe. So it's one that we see a lot. And generally you tend to see people playing this tank doing silly things, which is so surprising. It always amazes you how badly people can treat such a good tank. Because you just see them generally... I mean, to be fair, it's quite the same with a lot of free reward tanks. You tend to see them YOLO into silly places and you go, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? And it's often a running joke, you know, when it's me in Turkey, it's like, a free reward tank doing something silly? No! Never! No! That doesn't happen! Yeah, it always amazes you, right, what people can do with such a brilliant tank. They just make it look terrible, and it's really not. It's one of the best things going. So we're on Sunset Coast, everyone's favourite map. Yeah. Woo! Love Sunset Coast. Oh. And we've taken the position that you would have seen me take in the Stockade game I had on Friday. If you've not seen the Stockade game, I'd definitely go back and look at that, because my highest ever damage in a tier 8 tank, I'll leave it at that, and you want to go check that video out. And this position is really good for something like the Draugen, and for a lot of medium tanks as well that have like good camo. And that's because these bushes in front of us tend to keep you unspotted. Well, I mean, we weren't unspotted for that whole thing because we pushed a little bit too far forward. But if things get spotted over where that Rudy is, you can usually use the bushes and stay covered and get some shots in. But right now we keep getting lit. And it's like, we're getting lit all the time. And that's because obviously the guys over on the right hand side where this medium tank, the light tanks, they can see you because there's a lot less bush cover on the right hand side of that position than there is on the left. So they can spot you. So sometimes if there's too many of them over there, you will just get lit, and that's a problem. So I was getting lit up all the time, and it was too risky to stay there. So I decided, you know what, I've got to go, right? I can't stay sat there. We're just going to get wrecked. So we moved across now to try and deal with these guys at the middle. Our guy's gone in on these people. And it's like, right, I'm going to help you with this. So I shut down that guy, and then this Tiger P is so fixated on my friend here. He's like, I want you. I want you, T69. And we get a nice shot into the side of him. Look at him. The T69's gone. And he's just like, I'm just staying locked onto him. He really wanted that. He did not like that guy, did he? So we're just going to keep pummeling Hesh into the side of this guy because, I mean, you know, he's going to struggle here. And we're going to straight hugging him. Hopefully he's not going to take a hit. Fortunately enough for me, because he was auto-aiming as he swiveled his turret around, he actually hit the Draugen's random ricochet angles and bounced. Because obviously this tank, there's one thing that you'll know. This tank is incredibly annoying to shoot at when people fire APCR at you. Because there's a lot of times that APCR will just ricochet off this tank. And it's so annoying. It's a very irritating thing. And it's one of those things that's so good about the Draugen and the Lansen as well, where it's got those auto ricochet angles, which sometimes it's just very forgiving. Now that Ragnarok came round on us, dumped his whole clip into us, which means we have like no health now, which is really frustrating. And I was going to go YOLO him and while he was reloading, drop some Hesh in. But then this Centurion appeared and it was like, nope, definitely not. No, I'm not doing that. So I put a shot into him and backed off, because he can kill us. And it's like, right, I want to swivel around and get out of here. Because if he decides to YOLO around with the Ragnarok, I'm dead. So I want to change up the position, change up the angle, and not sit in a place where I'm just going to get wrecked. And then, as we come up, we get the shot into the T-34-85M, which is always nice when they're presenting their ass to you and you're just like, okay then. For some reason, he's sort of staying in the same area, so we might be able to get another shot into him. And he pulls out, which means we finish him off. I mean, we're having a good go of it so far. We're up to 4.1k damage, 276 assisted. Turkey's just finished off the guy down there. And we're going to drop down and hope to not blow up. Which we don't. Because that happens all the time. You think, oh, this is a safe ledge to go down. Then it just goes boom. All health gone. Which it happens a lot. Trust me. It's not my driving, alright? I heard that from the back of the room. It's not my driving. Physics, alright? Physics. Yeah. So, anyway. We're going to push onto this TD heavy and light. Hopefully we'll get another shot or two into them, because our team is swarming them. We get a nice shot into the SU, but unfortunately the pen, it actually hits his gun and does 164 damage, which is unfortunate. But he gets shut down, so does that guy in front of us. There's just this light tank, and it's like, what's this light tank going to do? I'm kind of expecting him to loop up here, possibly, hoping, and see if I can get a shot into this Lycan. He shuts down our friend over there. We auto-aim the shot in as we come along, which is kind of risky because you never know what will happen with Hesh. But we do pen him anyway, and we finish that game up with 4.6k damage. Another nice run around in it. Come top, Turkey's second. 5 kills, 4.6k damage. Ace tanker, high caliber. Actually, this was in the run-up to me getting the third mark. I actually showed the third mark off beforehand because some of the games in the third mark run were so good that I was like, I'm going to show off this. I've had these in the bank because it's always nice to show off the Draugen. The Draugen is one of those that's always fun to watch. Everyone loves it. I love to watch it. I love to show it off. It's just such a good tank, and who doesn't love it? So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!